once again. Shannon Everett, co-founder of American Truckers United, and Cole Stevens, member American Truckers United and Chief Strategy Officer at Stevens Trucking. Welcome to you both. Great to see you. Hey, Shannon, first to you, if you don't mind. This issue is not getting better, even though the Trump administration is working on it, because so much damage has previously been done, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think one of the things that'll shock everyone is, you know, these accidents didn't just start happening with the Florida crash in August. You know, these crashes have been happening ever since the borders were open back in 2020 and 2021, really 2021. And so, you know, I would like to see the raw data. You know, we have almost 5,000 fatal truck crashes a year. We have over 100,000 injuries a year in the trucking industry. How many people have been killed by this epidemic and this lawlessness in the commercial truck driver licensing system?
Way too many. I mean, these are huge, complex machines. And Cole, they seem very anxious to write these bogus driver's licenses, especially in California.
Absolutely, Greg. It's an atrocity to the country. I mean, it's an entire public safety hazard to everybody on our roadways. It's also a national security crisis whenever you really think about it. I mean, what type of goods are these people moving? You got this recent wreck up in Oregon involving these newlyweds. It's tragic. It's tragic what's happening to the American citizens after the failed Biden experiment of open borders.
This is Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, who seems to be all over it. This, air, roads, rail, and yeah, CDLs, commercial driver's licenses. Cut 3, please.
The process for issuing these licenses is absolutely 100% broken. It has become a threat to public safety, and it is a national emergency that requires action right now.
Was he a model before he became the Secretary of Transportation? What happened to him? He looks like the Adolfo man. He's doing a great job. But Shannon, he is, right? I mean, it looks like the federal government has been told. What do you want them to do that they're not already doing?
He is the greatest Secretary of Transportation that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Definitely the most impactful. And so, you know, I was telling someone today, you know, we've got 3 branches of government. When you look at the executive branch, this administration, they are for the American truck driver. They are trying to resolve this situation, this licensing crisis that we have in the industry. But we also have the legislative branch. And so that one of the biggest things that we need legislation to codify these things so this stuff doesn't happen again. You know, the non-domiciled CDL was never intended to be contorted and issued to a bunch of non-citizens. It was a license that was intended for someone from one state to go receive training in another state. And so we should not be codifying any language to make permanent the ability to issue these driver's licenses. What we have learned through this entire situation over 2025 is that the states have been wildly irresponsible in issuing these commercial truck driver's licenses, and I'm never going to trust them again. You know, so another thing that we're recommending is a federal license. You know, can we get a federal license so that California doesn't have so much power to issue all of these hundreds of thousands of licenses?
Sounds good. And Cole, final word.
Greg,